לך מכעת ומשול ההווה, כילד ההולך לו לאיבוד.
One of the most moving moments that I remember as a bacher here in yeshiva is when Rav Moshe Gans spoke one year on Yom Hazikaron. And his insight really offered so much meaning and depth to the day. I'd like to share his idea with all of you. Rav Moshe Gans Shlita quoted the Gemara in Shabbos, Lamed Amud Aleph. Kishebana Shlomo es Beis HaMikdash, bikesh lahachnis Aron the Beis Kodshei HaKadoshim. Dovku Sha'arim Zeh Bazeh. The day had come for the Chanukas HaMikdash, the Mikdash Rishon in Yerushalayim and Har HaBayis. You can imagine the hordes and hordes of people that have gathered. You can imagine the celebration that was taking place and the festive atmosphere. And then all of a sudden, Shlomo HaMelech's probably nightmare took place. Dovku Sha'arim Zeh Bazeh. He probably had his whole entourage with him about to go into the Mikdash. And the gates of the Mikdash were sealed shut. One can imagine the music is silenced. A hush falls over the crowd. And the king is struggling with the gates. So what does Shlomo HaMelech do? He doesn't call the local locksmith of Yerushalayim. Amar Shlomo Esrim ve'arba renanos. Shlomo HaMelech realizes that there's something spiritual going on. This is not about a lock that has been jammed. There's some ruchni avoda that's lacking. And once he achieves that avoda, Shlomo HaMelech understands that the doors indeed will be opened. So Shlomo HaMelech opens with Esrim ve'arba renanos. He sings 24 praises to God, v'lo nana. And still the gates remain shut. Pasach v'yomar se'u sha'arim rashechem v'inasu pischei olam v'yavo melech hakavod. And still nothing works. And the Gemara goes on with all of the attempts that Shlomo HaMelech makes and the various psukim that he quotes until he gets to one pasuk. Kevan sha'amar Hashem Elokim al tashev pnei meshichecha zachra lechazdei David avdecha. Don't turn me away, God. Remember on this day the great acts of David, my father, David, your servant. Miyad nana. And at that point, the gates were open. The music began again. And the celebration continued. Asked Rav Moshe Gans, what happened at that last pasuk? Why was that last pasuk the key to the celebration? So he said beautifully, all of Israel is gathered in Jerusalem. The Beis HaMikdash is built. The pe'er, the beauty, the splendor, the festivities. But there was no one remembering who started it all. There's no one remembering who we owe the credit to for this great day. No one was remembering David HaMelech, the one that was Moser Nefesh, to purchase the land and to pave the way for the Beis HaMikdash. The Ribono Shel Olam is waiting for the Jewish people to remember where they came from and who they owe the credit for and the Hakaras HaTov to in order for the festivities to begin. What an important message for us, Biyamim Ha'eleh. In just 2 days from now, we're going to be celebrating one of the greatest nisim, literally, that took place in Jewish history. And we're going to offer Hakaras HaTov and Halal v'Hodah l'Borei Olam. But in order to do that, in order to open those gates of Simcha and festivities and Hala v'Hoda, there's an avoda that we must do first. Ba'avur David Avdecha. We mustn't forget where we came from, and we mustn't forget who we owe. Akaras Hatov for the ability to be here in Yeshivat Sha'alvim, to be in Yerushalayim, to be in Eretz Yisrael. Once we do that and remember those individuals who were Moser Nefesh al Kiddush Shem Shamayim, al Kedushas Ha'am v'Haaretz. After that avoda, the gates of celebration can open and Yom HaAtzmaut can begin.
אשא עיניי אל ההרים במרחקים וקולי יישמע כזעקה